My people, if you were still on the fence about whether Trump the chump deserves the Nobel Peace Prize he's been not so subtly chasing since 2017, well, buckle up. Because nothing says, I am the peace president, quite like rebranding the Pentagon as the Department of War. Yes, you heard that right. According to NBC News, Trump signed an executive order Friday giving the green light for his defense secretary, Pete the Idiot, best known for spreading conspiracy theories on Fox News and proudly not washing his hands, to use alternative titles like Secretary of War and the Department of War in official government communications. Now, the Pentagon isn't officially changing names because that would require an act of Congress, which, to be fair, is difficult when half of Congress is busy arguing about whether books are dangerous and the other half is still pretending Trump, the chump, doesn't want to be a dictator. But the DoD website is already redirecting to war.gov, which sounds less like a federal agency and more like a Call of Duty pre-order bonus. Trump the chump claims that this is about history, saying, quote, everybody likes that we had an unbelievable history of victory when it was Department of War, which is a weird take, considering that particular history includes the Trail of Tears, the Mexican-American War, and the Civil War. But hey, unbelievable victories, right? And then he says, defense is too defensive. What? You know, like umbrellas are too dry and firefighters are too anti-flame. But let's not pretend this is just a branding exercise. It's not just about slapping some Old Testament energy on the Pentagon. This is about Trump the chump embracing what he's always wanted. A more aggressive, unapologetic, might makes right foreign policy, where diplomacy is for losers and bombs are just conversation starters. Because Trump the chump is a fascist. Yeah. This is the same man who once floated annexing Canada, taking over the Panama Canal, and yes, literally buying Greenland. He thought he could just go do that. Because why not? It's Monopoly, the dictator edition. And let's not forget, Trump already treats military power like a toy chest. He's blamed Ukraine for Russia's invasion of Ukraine, backed Israel's campaign in Gaza with zero regard for civilian casualties, and just this week launched a strike on what he claimed was a drug boat linked to Venezuelan gangs, bypassing law enforcement entirely and invoking wartime powers with no legal precedent, because apparently due process is also too defensive. And through it all, Trump still wants that Nobel Peace Prize because in his little mind, bombing Yemen, sabotaging the Iran nuclear deal, and renaming the Pentagon after a Call of Duty map somehow makes him the Martin Luther King of global stability. Let's keep it a buck. The Department of Defense has always had its fair share of offense. Since World War II, the U.S. has intervened militarily hundreds of times under the banner of defense, freedom, or even the ever-popular, oops, wrong intel. Y'all remember the whole, there are no weapons of mass destruction? Remember that? But at least previous presidents had the courtesy to pretend we were playing some kind of rules-based order. Trump the chump? He's here to break the game, to flip the board and rename it Risk, the real world edition. W.E.B. Du Bois once talked about the double consciousness of black folks. Trump the chump apparently has zero. He doesn't care how America is perceived, as long as he gets to look powerful doing it. Because in his little mind, peace isn't the absence of war. It's just winning the war so hard that nobody dares to question your Nobel credentials. So yeah, if you're waiting for Trump to pivot to peacemaker, don't hold your breath, unless you're in a country that he decides to liberate. This is your brain on drugs. This is Trump's brain. And this is the end of an evil empire. And boy, do these fools want to go out with a bang. So what's next for the White House of idiots? Well, maybe they'll pitch a peace plan for Syria using Legos and good vibes. Meanwhile, the economy is crashing while the cost of living rises, jobs are disappearing, guns are readily available for the growing number of desperate people in this country, ICE is kidnapping U.S. citizens, the National Guard is being deployed with our taxpayer money, becoming the most well-paid tourists in the world, and the Trumpers are out here in Arkansas crying about losing their farms because they don't understand how it could have possibly happened under this fascist regime. And not to mention, police are still out here unaliving innocent and unarmed black people at will. Still happening. Now, if you would like to donate to the BRC and help fund our work for the black community, hit the link in the description below or use the QR code you see on the screen. We also have these amazing BRC t-shirts that I designed, and all of the proceeds goes towards our work in the community as well. Also, if you go on our website, blackrevolutionarycollective.com, please make sure to click on the Buy Black list. It's a comprehensive list, a lot of different categories, state by state, of black-owned businesses that you can venture out to, because circulating that black dollar is a priority. It is an imperative for all black people. This has been your BRC News Brief. As always, I love you, black man. I love you, black woman. Knowledge is power. Power to the people. Say it loud.